Tie on the saw.
You're good.
Oh, there goes my lower back. So we spend a lot of time pulling stuff up with ropes into a tree, and the most natural way to do it is just like this. Reach down, grab the rope, tie on whatever's there, and I start pulling it up. But if I do it like this, now I've got a belly hanging on one side, and I've got the whole length of rope all the way to the ground that I have to lift on this side. So with every pull, I'm actually end up pulling up almost the entirety of the rope, almost all the rope weight, and with every pull, and that's gonna wear my arms out. It's not very efficient. It also leaves that big belly, which can get tangled on things, branches, nubs, whatever, and that'll cause me problems later. So while this is kind of the most straightforward, most obvious way to pull stuff up, it's usually the least efficient. So let me show you a couple ways we can improve this and make it easier for ourselves so we can be more productive. So the first way to improve our situation here is instead of letting that belly develop, we do what I call lap coils. So I'll throw one bite of the rope over to that side of my lap, and I'll throw the other side on this side, and I'll put that over there. And now with every time I lift my hand, I'm really only lifting the one side of the rope. And the rest of it, I'm not adding that weight, and I'm not creating a problem for myself in the future. This tends to stay nice and organized, and it tends to not knot up on me, and it keeps it, well, in good position. Also, a lot of times, after I pull something up, I'm getting ready to make a cut, it lets me maintain the control of the whole rope. So once the end gets to me, I can then take the end, make a little bundle of it, and reroute it through the tree. And if I do that, I chuck it out, reroute it, the whole rope tends to feed out from my lap fairly nicely and make it all the way out without any tangles. So another way we can make things easier for ourselves is with a sling and a carabiner. Just like any old rigging sling will work. We wrap around the tree like that, or a branch or whatever. And now I've got a spot where I can actually hang the rope. We can combine this with lap coils if we want to, but now I change my motion from being kind of a difficult lower back exercise pulling to more of a down pull, or a split between the two, where I can lift and pull down here. And now if I need a break, I can hold on to this and it's relatively easy. I'm not holding the full weight down here. Now I can also combine this with lap coils. So I can go here, do some lap coils, whatever. But the beauty of this is that now it's a lot easier to rest, a lot easier to take a break. And there's one other cool advantage that I want to show you guys. More often than not, if I'm pulling up a big saw, I'm also lowering down my smaller saw. So if I lower the small saw down first, like I will show you here, this is kind of dependent on having enough rope, right? You need at least 2 times the length of the rope. But I can take the carabiner from my saw, hook it into the belly side of this rope, and now I can actually let the weight of the saw make pulling up the rest of that rope easy. I almost requires no effort here. And I'll lower my saw nice and slow, and then once it gets to the bottom, I can have my ground guy tie on the new saw, and they can even help me pull up the new one. I think I got just barely enough rope for this. How far off the ground is that? Okay, I'm gonna swing it in, see if I can't get it to land on the leaves. Another cool way you can make things more efficient for yourself is with this little piece of kit called the Edelridge Spock. Petzl makes a device that's similar, but this is the smaller, lighter one, and I love it. If you've got the sling, that's great. You can use this. Put it on there. Actually, you want to get it on the rope first. So you get your rope that you're going to pull up, put it through there. It's just a basic progress capture. But what I love about the Spock here is that I can actually lock it off really easily, use it just like a little pulley. It's like a little micro pulley. so I can pull down again. I don't have the advantage of the friction of the carabiner, so it's not quite as easy to hold for a brake, but it's much smoother. If I've got enough rope, my ground guys can actually pull something up to me through this pulley, and then I don't have to work at all. But another sweet way you can use this, even if you don't have the sling, or if maybe the trunk is too big to put a sling around it, what I like to do is I have this spock, and I always carry this on me anyway because it makes for a quick rad system. We've got a carabiner with a pulley, that gives the Petzl roll and lock, and I'm gonna put the spock on my climb line. I'll go ahead and do it right here. Put the spock on my climb line in progress capture mode, right? Now that's gonna stay there, and I can put this pulley through the spock, and now I've got this pulley, right, built into my climb line. Just like I would for a rad system, except I could pull here nice and comfortably and bring that rope back up to me, just like I would before. And this isn't as long as a sling. It's not gonna get caught hanging from my belt. It weighs barely more than a sling. It's a little bit more expensive, a little more gear intensive, but again, it makes my life a whole lot easier when it comes to pulling heavy stuff up into the tree. So climb safe out there, guys. Hope that helps you. Save your energy, make more money, do more trees. Have fun. Catch you later.